Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Basic 5 Mathematics. This is taken by Onifade Abdelaziz. Today, inshallah ul Kareem, we are going to another subtopic under geometry, and that topic will be area and perimeter, or perimeter and area of plane figures. I told you we have two types of shapes. We have the solid shape and plane shapes. So we'll be taking area and perimeter of plane figures. So what are the objectives, the learning objectives of this lesson? At the end of this lesson, you should be able to define perimeter and area of plane figures. Find perimeters and areas of regular shapes. Find the perimeters and area of irregular shapes. You should be able to find the perimeters and areas of shaded portions. And the last one, you should be able to find the perimeters and areas of unshaded portions. Now, let's look at the vocabularies, the words that are under this lesson. We have the perimeter and area, regular and irregular, shaded and unshaded portions. Now, what do we mean by perimeter? Perimeter is the distance around the edge of a shape. The distance around the shape is the total distance around the shape is perimeter. While area is the amount of space inside a shape. That you will see in that diagram, you see the amount of shapes. We have how many squares inside? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 squares. All those squares are the areas of that shape. So that is area, the amount of space inside a shape. And we talk about regular and irregular shapes. Regular and irregular shape. Any regular shapes, you must know their names. For example, you must know its name. For example, we have square, rectangle. So look at the one above here. We have 7, 7, 3, 3. You see, this is a regular shape because it has a regular length and breadth. And irregular, this is an example of irregular shape. You will say, can you give me a name to this shape? No, it doesn't have name, so it is irregular. There's a way we calculate something like this. And the last one, shaded and unshaded, you see the diagram below. You see that some parts are shaded and why some are left unshaded. So the one that are shaded are called shaded, while the one that are unshaded, that are not shaded, are called unshaded portions. So we'll continue to perimeter of shapes now. Let's take perimeter of some shapes. The first is find the perimeter of this shape. This shape is a polygon. 4, 5. It's a pentagon. So if you want to look for perimeter of any pentagonal shape, you look for, and this is regular. You are going to add all the length of the sides together. So you can label it sides A, B, C, D, E. So since we have 5 sides, so the length, the centimeter of each length will be added together to get the perimeter. So if you look at this first example, you see we have 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 6, and that gave us 20 centimeters. That's the perimeter of that shape. The second one, what is the perimeter of this triangle? Triangle too, triangle has 3 sides. You add the 3 sides together. Since we said perimeter is the distance around a shape, and the shape is triangle, so you have to add all the sides together, and we have 19 centimeters plus 18 centimeters plus 20 centimeters, and that gave us 57 centimeters. And the third one, find the distance around the square shape. This is a square, so we have 12 centimeter by 12 centimeter. So the total centimeters will be 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. You are going to add all together, or you use the formula 4L, 4S or 4L. That means four sides times the centimeter, and that will give you 48. 12 times 4, 48, or we say 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 to get the perimeter of square. Now we move on to another one, the fourth one. Find the distance around this rectangle. We have talked about polygon, pentagon. I've talked about triangle, and this is a rectangle. So rectangle has 4 sides, it's a quadrilateral, and look at this example. You see we have the length is 12 centimeter and the breadth. The longest part is called the length, and the short one is called the breadth. So we have on the length, the length has 12 centimeter while the breadth is 6 centimeter. If you want to look for the perimeter, you are going to add all the sides together. So you see that this 6 centimeter is already 6 centimeter. It's the same thing as 6 centimeter here. 12 centimeter will be here, 12 centimeter will be here. You can add everything together to get your answer, or you use a formula 2 bracket L plus B. You use a formula 2 bracket L plus B for that. Sorry. You want to use 2 bracket L plus B. So this is the formula you can use. Then you put the 12 here, plus you put the other number 6 here. So if you add 12 plus 6, you get 18. Then you say 2 times 18 to get your final answer. So that is that on that example 4, and that gives us 36 centimeter. The fifth one, find mark X in the diagram below. You see this a right angle triangle. Anytime you want to look for any length of a right angle triangle, you are going to use this formula, Pythagoras theorem. Use this theorem, x squared, or you say c squared is equal to c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. So you are going to use, if the longest part is the hypotenuse. I have told you before, the longest part is the hypotenuse, and that's what we are looking for. If you are looking for the hypotenuse, this is how you do it. You are going to use c square. Let me do it for you so that you can use this formula. C square is equal to a square plus b square. So when you use this formula, you are going to put your x square here. This x square, you put it here. Then your 3 and 4 will be here, plus 3. Then you square the 3, you square the 4, and that will give you 9 plus 16, and 9 plus 16 is 25. When you look for the square root of 25, you get your 5 meter. That means that longest part is the hypotenuse, is the 5 meter. So we'll talk more on this later. I just gave you this so that you can just look at the way we can get one of the length of a right angle triangle. Now we move on to the next one. The next one is area of shapes. If you want to look for area of shape as well, you can look for the area of rectangle, area of triangle, area of square. So looking for the area of square, it is length times breadth, or length times length. If it is rectangle, it is length times breadth. If it is square, it is length times length. Just take one of the side, the length of the breadth and the length, you multiply it together to get your answer. Look at this one. This is a square of 18 centimeter here, 18 centimeter here. So if you want to get the area of the square, just say length times length, which will be 18 times 18 to get your 324 centimeter square. The second example here is the length and breadth of a rectangle are 18 centimeter and the breadth is 16 centimeter respectively. Find the area. If you want to look for area of a rectangle, just the same way, length times breadth, and that will give me 18 centimeter times 16 centimeter. That will give me 288 centimeter square. That is the answer to the second example under area of shapes. The third one, we want to look for the area of a triangle. There's a formula for area of a triangle, which is half multiply by half multiply by base times height. That's half base times height, half base times height. So if you want to use that to calculate the area of this triangle, you see you are given the what, the base, which is 16 centimeter, and the height is 12 centimeter. So it is very easy to calculate that way. So what you just do is the half, put it aside, multiply by 16, multiply by 12. If you break your 2 divided, if you use 2 to break 16, you get your what, your 8. Then 8 times 12 will give you 96 centimeter square. So you must put square for the in area, but in perimeter don't put square, just write centimeter, meter. If it is area, if it is perimeter, meter or centimeter. If it is area, centimeter square or meter square. So I believe you understood this. Now let's move to the next one, which is area of parallelogram and trapezium. These are also plane figures. Now, the first example, we are asked to look for the area of this parallelogram. Don't disturb yourself. The formula to calculate area of parallelogram is baseline times perpendicular height. What do you mean by, you'll be given this just like as if you are using your length times breadth. So you'll be given the baseline and you'll be given the perpendicular height. Just multiply the two together to get your answer. Like this question now, the baseline is 11 centimeter and the perpendicular height is 7 centimeter. So the area will be 11 centimeter times 7 centimeter to give me 77 centimeter square. That is the answer to that area of the first parallelogram. The second parallelogram on your right, you see the baseline is 8 centimeter while the perpendicular height is 5 centimeter. So to get the area of that parallelogram, you multiply by saying 8 centimeter times 5 centimeter to get 40 square. The third one, we are asked to look for area of trapezium. Trapezium too is simple. Just know the formula. The formula is half multiplied by a plus b h. A and b will be in the bracket. Do you understand? So the h will be outside. Then half too will be outside. It's just like area of a triangle, half base times height. But this one is different. It has a plus b. It's not base. It is a plus b. So the a and b inside the bracket they are the what? They are the pair of parallel lines. The parallel, I told you a trapezium has a pair of parallel lines, one here, one here. So the one on top is the A and the one below is the B. So any number that you are given there is what you add together, A plus B. So look at this question. The parallel lines A plus B is 6 plus 10. We have 6 above, we have 10 below. So you now you calculate your work by saying half multiplied by 16. The a plus b, I've already got 16 for it. That's 6 plus 10. So half multiplied by 16 multiplied by 5. When you break your numbers, 2 divided by 16, you get 8. 8 times 5 will give me 40 centimeter square. Don't forget, area of parallelogram is baseline times height, and perpendicular height, that's b times h. While the area of trapezium is half into bracket a plus b. The a plus b is the pair of what? Parallel lines. It will be given parallel lines. So that is that on that. Now let's move to perimeter of irregular shapes. I told you we have regular and irregular. These shapes are irregular because I can't name them. So what I will do is just to calculate them based on the way I saw them. Now let's look at this now. If you look at this shape, you see the one on top is 2 centimeter. Automatically the one below it, the line below it, let me illustrate what I mean. This is 2 centimeters. Sorry, this is 2 centimeters. Yes, this is 2 centimeter. Can you see the 2 centimeter? This place too will be, this place from here to here too will be 2 centimeters. Do you understand? So before that, you are going to label all these sides. Let's number the sides. We have the sides are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it has 8 sides, so you are going to add all the 8 sides together. But before you add, you know the number on each side. Like the first a, the a the a is 2 plus, what is b? The b from this place to this place, it will be what? It will be 10. Why? Because from here to here is 12. Look at it. From here to here, all this line, this length is 12. But it is not complete. Look at it. This 2 has been removed from 12. That is why this from here to here will be what? Will be 10. So you add 10 to it. Plus, the third one is this place, that 4. Plus, that one is 2. This side, this one, because it's face, this is also order, so 2. And the next one, this one will be what? From here to here will be, this is 4, this is 2, and this is 4. So that one will be 10. The next one will be 2. Why? The next one will be 4. Then this one, this side is 4 or is 10 also. So when you add everything together, you get your answer. But let's see the solution here so that we can get it clearer. This is the solution. Perimeter will be A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G plus H. We have 8 sides. So the A is 2, is on top. Can you see? The B, I told you it will be 10 because all the length from up to down is 12. So that D, if you remove D from that length, it will remain 10. So that is 10 plus 4. C is 4. That is that side is 4. You see. D, how will you get D? D, you look at F. D and F, they are facing each other. That is 2. Then E is from here to here. E is already 10 too, because there's 1 4 here. That C is 4. G2 is 4. A2, we see A at the middle of it. A2 is 2. So 4 plus 2 plus 4 gave me that E, which will be 10. And F is already 2. So E, F, G is 4 as well. And H is 10. As you know, H and B are opposite. So that's how you add your numbers together to get that. And the second one too, you see that you label it from 10. A, B, C, D, E, F. Can you see that? So we are adding all the letters together, the numbers together. A is 10, B is 20. How do you get 20? You know, they have told us that from that 30 centimeter is from that up to down. And if you look at the B is not from up to down. It stops at where C stops. So you remove that side, that D will be removed from 30 to get your B, and that will be 20. So that B is 20 and C is 15. How do I get 15? Look at it. From E is 25, isn't it? And you know that A is 10. If you look at it down, that 10, look at it downwards. You see that side is 10. So if I want to know my C is not, it doesn't enter the space. So my C will be 25 minus the 10 to get my C, which will be 15. And 2 is 10, E is 25, and F is 30. Then you add all your numbers together to get your answer. Look at it very well to understand it better. Now that is perimeter of irregular shapes. Let's move to area of irregular shapes too. Area of irregular shapes. Look at this shape. If you want to get area of irregular shape, you have to do what? You have to divide the irregular shape into regular shapes. So can you see this shape? They have changed. You see A and B. They have given it label. They have labeled it to be A and B. That means you cut the shape was like this before. Let me give you the shape. This shape was like this before. Sorry, like T. So they now close this side. Now that they close this side, they call this one A, this one is called B. So if you want to calculate this, you know this is a rectangle, this is another rectangle under. So you are having two rectangles. So if you want to look for this, you are going to multiply the length of the rectangle A and the breadth of it to get the area. Then you do the second rectangle B too. The length applied with the base. Sorry, the length and breadth of each rectangle will be done. Then you add everything together. So without wasting much of our time, let me give you the solution. You look at this rectangle A, length times breadth, 10 times 40. 10 times 40, where do you get our 10 times 40 in rectangle A? Look at rectangle A. You see that in this rectangle A, we are having our length. It's not 10 times 40, sorry, it is 10 times. This is 10, this is 4. This is it. This rectangle, this is the rectangle A here, and 10 is here. So if you want to get the answer, the area of this rectangle, it will be 10 times 4 to be 40. That's the A. That's the rectangle A they are talking about. That's the rectangle A. How they get 10 and 40 and 4? You see, this place is 4. This place is 4. So this here is 2. So it forms this long place to be 2 plus 10 to give us 10, and this place will be 10. So if you want to look for the area of rectangle, you know it's length times breadth. So this side is 10, while this side is 4. How did I get 4? You know all this place is 14. So if you this place is 10. So if you remove this place from the whole 14, you will get the remaining 4 here. So 10 times 4 will give us 40. Why the second one too? The second one too is the length of the second one. The length of the second one, this length is 10. Is 10. Why the breadth? This is the breadth of it, and it's 2. So it's 10 times 2 will give us 20. So let's go to the you see it's 20 centimeters square, length times breadth. So when you get area of the shape will now be 60 centimeters square. How do I get 60? The 40 that is already here, this 40 and this 20, you add it together to get your 60 centimeters square. That is that on the first one. The second one too is like that. The second one too is like that, because you will look for the area of this A, the area of this B, and the area of this C. Then you add the 3 together. How will you get the area of A? Its length and its breadth. This is the length and the breadth. I'll look for the B. The length of this B is this place and the breadth. The C is the length is this place and the breadth. So you are going to do each of them and you add everything together to get your answer. So look at the example here. The correct solution. The rectangle A is 14 times 4. The 14 times 4 gave us 56 centimeters square. While the rectangle B, 8 times 3, it gave us 24 centimeters square. And the third one, 8 times 3 too, it gave us 24 centimeters square. So the addition of all these three gave us 104 centimeters square. That's how you manipulate the work and get your final answer. Now let's move to perimeter of shaded portion. You see, this is shaded portion. This shaded portion, this place shaded portion, this shaded portion. So how do we get the perimeter of that place? We are going to get it by labeling it. That means from here to here is A, from here B, from here to here C, and from here to here will be D. Solution. So those are the sides you want to add together. So let's look for the sides. A is what? do you know that 12 centimeter on top is part of A, is part of it? So you are just going to remove that portion of A from that 12. So and now we remove the portion. You see under there is 6 here, there is 4 here. So this 6 and 4, you are going to add it together, will give you 10. So the 10, the remaining that will remain from 12 will be 2, because this 12 minus the 10 will be 2. That means that portion of that A is 2. So this place is 2, this place 2 will be 2. Do you understand? This lower, this C. Now I will get D. D and B are the same thing. So from here to here is 15. So this will be 15, this place 2 will be 15. So you add 15 plus 15 plus 2 plus 2 to get your 34 centimeter square. That's how to get perimeter of shaded portion. If you look at the second one too, you will see that the shaded portion is very easy to get, because you are going to label it. You can label it from this place, from here to here is, you can label is A, here to here B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Can you see that it is A to H? That's T. The shaded portion is like T shape. So you have to look for each of the side. The first one on top, which is A, will be 12 centimeter. Why? Look at under. If you add 5 plus 2 plus 10, the numbers under is 12. So automatically that place on top too will be 12. That's A. You have looked for that one. The second one, which is B, this place is B part. It is 2. Why is it 2? You see that from here to here is 8. From here to here is 8. And they told us here is 10. If you remove the 8 from the 10, you will get the remaining side for this B. That will be what? B. And the C2 is 5. Then D is 8. E is 2. F is 8. G is 5. And H is 2. So if you add everything together, you get your 44 centimeter square. It's very simple by the way they labeled it, and you try to manipulate it. That is that on perimeter of shaded portion. Now we quickly move to area of shaded portion too. If you want to get its area too, it's very easy. You are going to divide the shaded portion into A and B or C. It depends. So like this question now, you see that it is divided into A and B. This shaded part and the second shaded part. Now you then look for the area of each portion. You know the way we did the regular area of irregular shapes, we'll do it like that way too. You have to look for the length of this one, then you look for its breadth too. The length of this one, you look for its breadth too. You now add the two together. Now you look for the A. The length of A is 6 centimeter. Why is it 6? From here to here is 8. So that portion of A2 will be 12. It will be 8. No. So these 2 that is facing this place, that means remove these 2 from the total 8 to get 6 here. That means this length for A is 6, and the breadth for it will be what? The breadth of that one will be 3. Because from here to here is 9, and the remaining place will be 3, because they've told us here from here to here is 9. So this place will be what? 3, because the total is 12. If you remove 9 from 12, you get 3 here. So it means you are going to multiply 6 by 3 to get rectangle A. For rectangle B2, the length is 12 and the breadth is 2. So it's very easy. Just say 12 times 2, 24. And that will give me 18 plus 24 to give me 42 centimeter square. It's very simple. Look at it very well. Why the second one too? They say we are going to find the area of the bigger rectangle A. We look for the area of the smaller rectangle B. Then we now subtract. That when we subtraction means we are moving that unshaded portion out of it to get the shaded part. The area of the big triangle is length times breadth. Do you understand? And that is 15 times 14. That will give us 210. That's the first one. And the second one, that small B, that small rectangle inside, we are going to look for the area and the length and breadth. The length for that B is 9 centimeter. How do I get my 9 centimeter? From here, you know all this place is 15. And if you remove 3 You remove another 3 from 15. That means you are removing 15. So it will remain this portion alone, which will be 9. That means from here to here is 9. When you add 3 plus 9 plus 2, you get all this side. Then understand? That's the length. This is the length. So the breadth will be this. The breadth is already 3. The breadth is not 3. The breadth is um sorry. The breadth is this breadth. So how do you get this breadth? You see that from here to here is 4. From here to here is another 4. If you remove 4 and 4 from 14, we are going to get what? 6. So we are going to multiply 9 by 6 to get our 56. You understand? So our final answer will now be 210 plus 56 to get 151 plus 54. Sorry, 9 times 6 is 54. So sorry, they wrote 56 here to be 54. So get your total answer for the area of shaded portion. What you are going to take note here is that when you are looking for area of shaded portion or irregular shape, you have to divide your shape into A or B or C, depends on the number. And you look at your shape critically, the sides and the length and the breadth, before you can determine the area of each rectangle shape that is given in the shaded or shaded portion. Now we'll quickly move to homework. Now that is that on that. So far we have done perimeter of regular shapes, perimeter of irregular shapes. We have done area of regular shapes, area of irregular shapes. We have also done perimeter of shaded portion, and we have done perimeter of unshaded portion with that. So I believe you understood all what we have discussed so far. If you don't understand, please, you can still get back. But these are the pieces of homework you are going to do. You'll find the area of these irregular shapes. So you find here, you divide it. I told you divide it into rectangles A, B, C to get your length and breadth for each of them. Then you now add everything together. Then this one too, you look for the area of this shaded portion too. You must know the shaded portion, then how to get your answer. Maybe you look for the big triangle and the big rectangle minus the small rectangle, then you now, oh, this one is unshaded. If you want to get unshaded, there are some, just look at it to understand it, and if you don't understand, let me know. So this is the third area of these parallelograms. Parallelogram is baseline times perpendicular. I just multiply the two sides together and get your answer. This one, you look for the areas of trapezium. We have AB each. That's the formula for trapezium. So I believe that is all. And the last one you are going to do is you look for the perimeter of these shapes. If they are irregular shapes, just walk around them and you get them very well. Just look at it. Allah make it easy for you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.